Well, hello there, and welcome to another exciting episode of Secrets to Real Estate Investing by House Flip Masters. Today, we have a very impressive man with us today that has just had huge success so fast. I just can't even believe it. I'm going to say it's like the fastest success story I've ever heard of how fast it went. I just can't believe it. Anyway, enough about that. So our guest today is Cody Hofhine. He is a wholesaler based out of Utah. He's got 3 kids, 1 on the way, and he's been doing this business not even 2 years, and he's making huge money, having a lot of fun, and loves working for himself. So with that, welcome to the show, Cody.
Thank you, Holly. Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh, we're so excited to have you on here. So for our listeners, why don't you share a little bit of your story, what you did before you got into real estate and how you got into real estate?
Awesome. I love it. So this is not the funnest story, though. It starts back just trying to be an entrepreneur, do what I want to do, trying to create this like successful life for myself, just like every entrepreneur. And I started with insurance, and I can tell you it wasn't the most glamorous year of my life. I got into it. I was working like 60, 80 hours a week. And at the end of the year, a big whopping, like, holy smokes, $19,000 is what I made for the whole year. And Holly, I can tell you, when I come home as like the breadwinner and I bring home 19 grand and try and tell my wife, like, hey, do you support this? No, it was rough. Like, our expenses exceeded that. So what I really got good at was how to switch debt from one credit card to the next credit card to the next credit card. I got good at this. And I started insuring a lot of investors, like flip policies, a lot of the stuff that you do. And I started like just going to like the RIA events, and it just started like intriguing, like, holy smokes, these guys made how much on this deal? Like, this is incredible. So I started getting involved and learned about a little niche called wholesaling. Wholesaling is just really the art of just finding deeply discounted properties and then turning them for a profit. And I loved it. I thought that concept was so perfect, so like up my alley, that I'm like, man, anything can pay more than just this $19,000 for 80 hours a week for a whole year. And just shortly into it, I started in May of 2015. My first deal was 45 days into like learning wholesaling. I put my first home under contract and made $24,000. And I was like, this one, like, yeah, like this was my minute. Like, I was like, holy smokes. Like, I made more on that one deal than I did my whole entire first year in insurance. And from there, like, I didn't even look back. I was like, I am going to be wholesaling the rest of my life. This stuff is great, to where we do about 7 to 10 homes consistently every single month. And I love this stuff. This stuff's great.
Awesome. I love it. Okay, now I get to ask you all the questions with all the secrets to your success. So I'm just super impressed that your first deal was such a home run. That's exciting. It keeps going. So why don't you start out by saying, what area do you work in? Are you just in Utah? Do you work outside of Utah? And then how large is your geographical area?
Perfect. So good question. Yes, just in Utah. So Salt Lake County, but I do 5 counties total. So we got Salt Lake County, Davis County, Weber County, Tooele County, and Utah County. And we kind of have some ties of people that we know in Salt Lake County and Utah County, and it's fun stuff. But yeah, 5 major counties here in Salt Lake, and that's really all I do. And now it's to the point where it's automated. So it's really more of my team going out there and doing the stuff.
Love it. Okay, we'll have to get into the team stuff later too. So and I guess this question, the first one that came to my mind is, do you have to have people go look at all the properties you offer on, and are they meeting with sellers, or do you negotiate the deals over the phone?
Good question. We do right now. We go actually on the appointment. We like that face-to-face time. We pride on, if there's any big secret I could tell you about that, we pride on just being the person that establishes the relationship of trust. That's like the biggest thing I can tell you. The biggest secret in life is he who establishes the relationship of trust gets the contract every single time. And we do that face to face. It's so hard to develop that relationship over the phone. So we love going face to face, meeting with the sellers in their home, and then let them know who we are, what we do. And that's kind of our secret sauce.
So for the new people listening, and you're talking about a team, when you started out, was it just you that went out on all the appointments and you started this venture all by yourself, or did you immediately work with other people?
This started out just me wearing every hat in the book, and it got like overwhelming super quick. Like, okay, what marketing piece is going out today? Okay, what mail piece should I go send with it? Okay, what mailing list am I sending it to? Okay, now I got to call the mailing company and do this. Okay, oh, by the way, this person just called and I got to get back to them within 20 minutes or they're probably going to call another wholesaler and sell it to them. Like, all this stuff was coming together. So the first few months, it's tough, but then you recognize really quick, like if you want to grow and just be successful at this, you've got to get some either virtual assistants where you're paying someone from the Philippines to help out at like a great rate. That's great for them, but it's really great for us because it's like $4 an hour and they can start handling all your marketing. So take that off my plate. And how I look at it when I think of team is think of all the things you love, think of all the things you hate, hire out all the things you hate, keep the things that you love, and then little by little, you'll also start niching away and taking away the stuff you love until it's fully automated.
Love it. Yeah. And even though you love it, if you stay doing what you love, you will be the bottleneck of your business. I've heard that many times, that you've got to be able to work on your business and not in your business as you
so true.
keep growing it. Yeah.
So true.
So, well, hey, now you're going to lead me to question about working with the VAs. So do you have VAs in your business?
I do. So we have multiple, and both of them happen to be in the Philippines. And like I said, they're like $4 an hour. It's great pay to them. Like, this is good stuff for them. This makes them a great living in the Philippines. But for us, it's like a home run. Like, this is a slam dunk. These are people that'll work around your schedule, even though they're like time zone is completely opposite. They'll work all through the like night for you and then go to bed during the daytime because they want these jobs. Like, they love them. And they will clear up all of your hassle, your headaches, and all the stuff you don't want to do in like 2 seconds. And believe it or not, Holly, like, people absolutely love things that you hate. And my whole mindset, I used to think, oh, if I hate it, no one's going to want to do this. Absolutely wrong. Like, wrong-o. These people in the Philippines do it 20 times better, and they love doing it.
Oh, you know what I like you just said? That they do it better. Oh, I'm excited for that. So what kind of tasks do you have them do?
Okay, so anything that has to do with my calendar, to like book events, appointments, all that stuff, like a VA takes care of all that. I can send over like a quick message by Skype and just say, hey, can you book me out for 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock or whatever it may be, calendar related. They also do all of my list scrubbing. So if that makes, what I do is I purchase a list, and it may not be in its finest form. It may have some address and it's all broken up and there's a mail-in address, but there's also a location address. And so they clean it up for you and go through and make sure that list looks good so that you can send over to your mail house so they can start sending out the mail. They also take care of like anything marketing. They're the ones that monitor, okay, we just sent to, for example, high equity, owner occupied, X this day, and they know 6 weeks from now they need to hit it again. So they're the ones monitoring that schedule of what mail piece needs to go out this week and to what list, because we go every 6 weeks, that list gets hit again.
Very interesting. Now, where did you find your help? I heard about this website, something like vasforrealestate.com or something. I mean, how did you find yours?
So my VAs, I find them, it's through a company. It used to be called Odesk, but it's now called Upwork. So Upwork.com. And you go on there and it's so simple. Like, anyone that wants to do this, it's so simple. You could do this today. You create an account on Upwork. You go in there, you'll log in, and you'll post like a job posting and make it like something that they have to really prove themselves to see that they're capable of doing this. And so you'll post out there, I'm looking for someone that can scrub a list and blah, 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 blah. And you'll have like 8 people come to you and say, okay, I can do this. Here's why you should hire me. And you go through these 8. Then I'll get all 8 and I'll say, okay, here's the first task of the interview. I want you to go onto Craigslist.com, do blah, 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 then do this, then do this, then do this, and then send me over this final product. And of those 8, maybe 3 or 4 actually did it right. But then there was one that did it in like a fraction of the time. And you're like, boom, this is my person right here. $4 an hour, and they do everything like, as long as you can give them a process, they are phenomenal at doing it.
Wow. So do you have to give like detailed screen recordings of what to do for them? Or like on that first thing when you're talking about when they're kind of auditioning, for lack of a better word, trying it out, do you have to give them any kind of training, or you just kind of say, this is what I want, and you see who can figure it out?
I try to do the first one by like just simple typing so that they can follow these directions without my help. But then once they're brought on, a lot of my training's done split screen, like on Join Me, and we'll get on there and like, so they can see, okay, now here's Craigslist, you'll click on this, or here's this list. I have final product. I don't want this line, this line, this line. I want these columns gone, and I just want the final product to look like this. And then boom, they click on, and like easy. And they speak perfect English, by the way. Like a lot of people are like, oh, there's going to be so hard, you can't understand them. I understand every one of my VAs.
That's cool. That's really exciting. And then you pay through Upwork to pay them?
That's the beautiful thing. You don't have to monitor it. So some people are like, oh, but how do I know they're really working 40 hours? Because it's all done through Upwork. Like every time they log in, you're seeing what they're doing, and they have to log in through Upwork themselves. And so Upwork's monitoring this for you. And then you just send a payment through Upwork, and Upwork takes care of paying them. So it's awesome.
That is awesome. Yeah. Too bad we can't have all of our employees for everything through that.
So true. So true. And there's so many people that need it over there. They're great people, and they're very, very honest. You could give them their credit card. You can give them your credit card with a $20,000 limit, and I can promise you my VAs will not touch that like bad. They'll do it just for the work.
Right. Well, yeah, they won't want to bite the hand that feeds them. They understand they got a good thing going.
Yep.
So yeah, you treat your people right, they'll treat you right, right?
Absolutely.
So are you only getting your deals through direct marketing, or do you do anything, or do you do internet advertising with pay-per-click, or do you do networking for deals? Like, how do you get your deals?
A lot. So how I started, and what was great was the heartbeat of wholesaling is through direct mail. So the direct mail channel is huge. I do about anywhere from 60 to 65,000 pieces every single month.
Wow. So how many dollars does that translate to for people that don't know?
Too much.
30 grand.
It ends up being between all my marketing channel. I'd say that's probably 18 to 20,000 a month just for the direct mail portion. And then you have like pay-per-click, you have Facebook marketing, you have retargeting, bandit signs, door hangers, Post-it notes. So anything that is marketing, I have my hands dabbled in it. Like it's fun. And you look at numbers, and I hate math. Like absolutely have hated math, numbers my whole life, but this is like intriguing to me. I'll look at numbers and be like, oh, I sent out this many pieces, this many came in, and this is what I made. Oh, boom, let's do that again. So it's just a numbers game. How many pieces can you get out there so you can get the phone ringing so that you can create some deals?
Very interesting. So your marketing budget is like 30 grand a month, and how many deals does that bring into you about? You said 7 to 10, is that right?
Yeah. So we'll do, on average, I'd say it's about 10 every single month. That's now increasing. This month will be already on a pace for a good maybe 12 to 15.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's super good stuff for Utah. Every market's going to be different, and how much you pay is going to be different. Like maybe you don't need 65,000 pieces. Maybe there's no competition. Maybe your pay-per-click, mine's $70 every time someone clicks on my website, where there's some areas it's like $2 a click. So it just depends on what you're doing. Where Facebook marketing is super cheap. It's like 20 cents a click. So it's so, yes, it's all over the place with marketing, but absolutely I wouldn't do it if the ROI wasn't better in return.
Would you be willing to, are you the one that does the Facebook marketing? Would you be willing to talk a little bit about that? Because I haven't heard anyone talk about Facebook marketing and wholesaling, like how you do that.
So I can tell you the gist of it. No, and I hired it out. There's a guy that worked for a company and it's a Utah-based company. It's called Color Run. And they were just a small little shop, and it's just they're like a nation. Actually, they're a worldwide 5K running. I don't know if you've heard about them. You run and do a 5K while they throw like colored chalk all over you. Anyways, this is a Utah-based company. Their Facebook guy is doing it for me, actually. And this guy, I'm telling you, is a complete rock star. Does things that I had no idea the technology was there. So to give you the gist about Facebook, Facebook is so direct. Like I can have my ad only go to you. I can have my ad only go to a specific zip code where people that live in that zip code, everyone on Facebook, when they get on, they'll see my ad. It's like, so I can send over 100 emails of like past sellers that have spoke to me that give me their email address. I can send those emails over to my Facebook guy, he will send it over to Facebook and say, okay, pull up these accounts, sift through it, and tell me what these 100 people have in common. And Facebook will do like bing, 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 bing. These 5 things are in common with all these 100 people. And then my Facebook guy will say, okay, now we have like an audience.
Oh, that's the lookalike audience thing.
Yes,
okay.
yes. And so now my Facebook guy goes out and does this. He's like, okay, now Facebook, everyone in Salt Lake County, Davis County, Weber County, Tooele County, Utah County, everyone that has those characteristics, I want my ad to be in front of those people when they turn on Facebook tomorrow. And boom, walla bing, it's there. Like, that's how crazy this is. You can make an ad that says, hey, do your clients that are getting a divorce need to sell their house quick? And only send that to divorce attorneys, so that divorce attorneys turn on Facebook and boom, my ad's in front of them. I mean, that's how specific you can get with Facebook. It like almost makes you a little bit scared how much control they have over it.
That is amazing. So do you know, I don't know how long you've been doing the Facebook ads, but have you actually bought deals from that yet?
I have. So we've done about 4 months worth of Facebook. It just started this year when we started doing it. And because of it, like my first deal, we did what's called wholesaling. So wholesaling is just finding the deal, and then you can do a traditional wholesale where you send it to a investor like yourself that wants to do the rehab. Or wholesaling, we'll just buy it and put it right back on the market. So this was one that we found from Facebook. We go and put it under contract at 160, and it was already a home in great condition. We ended up putting it right back on the MLS like the next day. We staged it, made it look cute, put it on the next day for 209,000, and it closed like boom, like 3 offers came in. It bumped up the price from what we were even asking, and it was all from Facebook. So that deal was like I want to say in total, a little over $40,000 net just from that one deal for Facebook. And that click was like 25 cents.
Sweet. Wow.
So,
that's
awesome
amazing. So in that case, did you actually take title to the house? You purchased the house and then turned around and resold it?
Correct.
That would be a tough one to not, because if those clients saw that you were marking up the price of the home to 209 to resell it real fast, they might
yeah, so this scenario was interesting. Like I told him, I said, you know you can get more money. Like put this on the market so you can do like, no, we've got to be gone in like 2 weeks. Like traditional real estate is not the option right now. Like let's just get this done. I'm like, well, I can only sell it for this because I don't even know what it's going to sell for like retail. I don't know that number yet. I haven't even looked at it, but I'm willing to do this. Like, great, let's do it. Sign the contract. I'm like, sweet, let's do it.
That is an excellent point. Some people think investors just take advantage of sellers, but really not. We're solving a problem. Those people wanted to sell their house really fast. You allowed them to, but when you sell it fast, it comes at a price. I mean, I bought a house really inexpensively in Anaheim Hills recently, but I closed escrow in 3 days. They wanted their money and they wanted to get out of town fast. That was not going to happen by listing it on the MLS. I mean,
such a good point. Like I sit there and I tell everyone that talks to me, like we are just, in all reality, the best way to look at this, we're just a pawn shop. In all reality, like I don't want this snowboard. Let's say your daughter, I don't want this surfboard anymore, right? Like I don't want this anymore. So she takes it to a pawn shop. Like, great, we'll give you $10. Great, I don't want it. They turn around the next day and sell it for $50, right? They made $40. Same exact thing. This is just a pawn shop. It's just people that are like, yeah, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't have the money to fix it up. Like, I don't want to fix it up. I need my money quick. Like, what do you want to offer me? And we make an offer and they say, yeah, but we've never, ever, it's always a win-win situation. I wouldn't do 10 to 15 deals a month if everyone on the other side of the table was like, oh, this is just highway robbery. Absolutely not. It's win-win every single time. It's just a pawn shop on steroids. It's just we're picking the product to pawn that gives you a better margin.
Okay, I got to check out your website because I want to see if it says we're the pawn shop of housing.
We're the pawn stars of housing.
I love it. Okay, well, why don't we switch gears a little bit to giving some advice, because I love how relatively new you are to this game. I mean, myself and a lot of my peers have been doing this 5, 10 plus years, and we forget what it's like at the beginning because it was so long ago for us. So it's still somewhat fresh in your mind. You have fresher memories. Think about what it was like when you were just new and getting into it, and give us some of your best advice for new people, maybe like some of the challenges that you saw and how you overcame them.
Sure. The first one was this, and I think it hits us all in some degree. The first one was, if a person like Cody Hofhine is hearing about this, like, it's too late. Don't even jump in the market, because Cody Hofhine's hearing about this and I'm no one, and the time of greatness is gone. Like, I'm at the tail end. It's like the MLMs, and Utah's huge on those, but it's like the multi-level marketing. It's like, once I hear about it, don't sign up. Like, that's the worst time to sign up. And so I always had to get over that fear. And I can tell you right now, tell your listeners and tell them honestly, like, this is a phenomenal market to be in. Whether it's recess, depressed, whether it's great like it's going right now, it's awesome. There's no bad time to get into real estate. Like, everyone asks me, when was a good time to plant a tree, right? 15 years ago, so you have shade right now. But when's the next time, the best time to plant a tree? Today. Like, get involved. Was it good to get back in 15 years? Absolutely. But it's just as good right now. Start today and, like, get involved. So that'd be tip number one.
Okay.
Tip number two would be, don't reinvent the wheel. There's so many people like yourself. There's so many people like my mentor that are already doing it. There's successful people around our whole nation that you can match up, like, your mindsets, that you're talking to someone like, man, this guy has like the same belief system, like the same core values. There's so many people out there succeeding. Don't reinvent the wheel. Pay for the mentor. So many people think, oh, but I can save my money by dabbling in this in my own. And then they realize they spent $5,000 on the wrong list, or they spent $2,000 as the wrong mail piece to send with it, or whatever it may be. And they could have already paid for a mentor to just, like, instead of starting down here, they're starting right where the mentor is, way up high.
Excellent advice. I love it. Yeah, I'm a big believer in mentors. Do you ever go to RIA meetings, and have you met any good people at those?
Yeah, that's kind of how I got involved in this. And I met a local wholesaler that was at the RIA group. And that's kind of what got my mindset going, like, holy smokes, this stuff is awesome. And I was insuring some of his properties, and I saw some of the margins he's making. And that's what got me intrigued. And in fact, with our RIA event here in Salt Lake, I'll be speaking at one tomorrow. I mean, to tell you how involved I am. And then on November 1st, I'll be at San Antonio Real Estate Investor Association speaking at that. And I love it. I love RIA groups, and I think everyone should be involved. Our membership in Salt Lake, maybe it's the same, maybe it's not, is only $100 for the whole year. Like,
wow,
the easiest membership ever to go and get, like, gold nugget after gold nugget and just network with individuals that are doing it locally.
Yeah, I think your ROI on that investment would be something like 1,000,000%. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what ultimately got me my mindset to go do wholesaling and get my first deal 45 days into it for $24,000. So $100 for $24,000, I'll take it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and for those of you that are listening that haven't heard of it, RIA, as Cody said, stands for Real Estate Investment Association. There's all kinds of real estate clubs. It's not like there's one nationwide RIA. There's just all kinds of people that have their own clubs, and I find them on meetup.com. Is that how you have?
Yeah, or just even Googling, like, if I, like the San Antonio one, I bet I could Google right now, San Antonio Real Estate Investment Association, and it'll pull up a website for them. Yeah. I would tell everyone, get on just Google and just type in local real estate investor associations, and I can tell you they're going to pop up. Utah has a ton of them, like 3 of them here in Salt Lake, 1 in Utah County, 1 in Davis County. I mean, they're everywhere, and they're all great opportunities and networking. And I think what's key about those is some people are like, well, I don't have money, but I know how to remodel. Well, great. Get with someone that has money at a RIA event and do the remodel and come together and be a partner. Like, there's plenty of need for people like you.
Yeah, and you just go out and talk to people. My advice on that is don't get stuck talking to one person for 2 hours unless you think they're your dream partner or mentor and you really click, but just meet as many people as you can and see what they're looking for. I always ask, oh, what are you working on and what are you looking for? Because then you see, even if I'm not the right match to help them, I think, oh, hey, Cody could help you. You know, you look for ways, and then when you're that connector and you're adding value and people can tell you care, they love you, and then they help find what you want and bring it to you. So yeah,
what was it, Zig Ziglar that said, no one, or the best way to get what you want is help others get what they want first?
Exactly. Oh yeah, that's definitely been true in my life. So, well, we are coming quickly to an end. Why don't you tell people what you're working on and where they can find you? Okay, so definitely if you want to learn more about wholesaling or wholesaling and how you can
just explode it in wholesaling, go to investorgrit.com. That's investorgrit.com. And they can subscribe to our email list. We give out free content all the time. It's just gold nuggets to help you explode. This is like next level stuff. The people that hold back, we don't hold back. Like, we're here to deliver content. So get on that email list. Super easy. If you want to learn more about wholesaling, like in depth, and you want to get a business going, click on the coaching tab. You can book a strategy call with my team, and we can help you do that. And if we like what you have to say, we might even invite you to we call it the tribe, the rhinos. You see that sticker up there?
Oh, yeah.
So we might even invite you to the tribe. The tribe's awesome, and we have people, our students nationwide, just crushing it in wholesaling.
That is awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So investorgrit.com. Do you have, I think I heard you have a podcast coming out. What's the name of the podcast?
Woo! That's good stuff. Yes. So it is, it's Wholesaling Inc. by Investor Grit. So you'll find it by Wholesaling Inc. You'll find that podcast. That's super awesome. We are live again tomorrow. So our podcast is coming out tomorrow, and you can also go to YouTube and subscribe to Investor Grit's channel. We're always giving out free content. We are here to like collaborate and be an abundant mindset. We don't hold this in. We share all and tell all.
I love it. Man, I wish you lived in Southern California so we can hang out more. We have so much.
Let's do it. I love that place. I need to get a little rental out there or something and come join. We just got back from Newport Beach last week, and I'm telling you, if it wasn't for family and all the ties here in Utah, I would be in California just like you.
Well, when you come down, bring that wife and kids, and we'll hang out and go paddleboarding around Dana Point Harbor, okay?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for your time and sharing all your secrets and being so open. I just love it. And I encourage all you listeners to go check out his website and get on that podcast when he launches that. Great content. Thank you, Cody.
Holly, thank you so much. Take care.
Hey there, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you like it and click subscribe to get notified of more videos. And you can go to hardhatholly.com for a free download on secrets to finding great deals.